everyone, it's Lori, and I thought I'd give you some of the updates that have occurred in Lightroom Classic today. So be sure to go in and do your updates to the 13-3 version. There are two exciting updates. So first is there is a new AI-generated remove tool. This is very much like the one in Photoshop. So it's going to save you a lot of time from having to take an image into Photoshop if you were doing that. So really quick, you click on the remove tool here. You want to mark generative AI. You can mess with the opacity. I have found it's best to keep it all the way up depending on what you're trying to do. So in this example, I want to remove this bench and the girl. I'm using this as just an example. So I'm going to come around and get her all highlighted. Now, if you go too far and want to change anything, you can come over and subtract because this is creating a mask. So I don't want to get this street area. And then if I want to add, just kind of clean this up, I can do that. Once you're done, you're going to click apply and it's going to process the remove. And I've been playing with this and it works fantastic. So you can see it did a really nice job. It kind of extended this curve. Now you could go in and continue to refine it if you wanted to. So that's using just the generative AI. I think it did just amazing. We can see before and after. Now let's go to another example. And this one, I want to remove the water cans at the bottom. So you have the generative AI option, but you also have this object aware. And this is kind of like an extra bonus point. It's giving you an extra bump. So what I'm going to do is come in and select that. Now you could also do add, but I have found it works better to do two objects, do them separately. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And for this image, I tried without the object selection and it didn't work as good as it does with the object selection. So there you go. Pretty close to perfect. Now we can come over and do the second one. Again, I'm leaving on that object aware and I'm going to click apply. Now you can use the opacity slider if you're not wanting it maybe to remove 100%. If you're wanting it to look a little softer and more natural. So you can see in this one, it kind of put like a bucket back there. It's kind of interesting. So if I wanted to, I could come back and remove that as well. See if it will make it look exactly like I want. So it's just a great tool. It works very much like the one in Photoshop. It's very fast. I haven't had any issue with it. It did pretty good. Again, if I want to really make this perfect, I could also come in and use the traditional heel and just go over that area and there we go. So in just a couple steps, I had it done. Now, let's say I want to go back to the remove and let me show you an example with the opacity. I'm going to go back to the generative AI and I'm going to remove the object aware. And I don't know why it's doing this. There have been a few kinks in it, so just know that you may get a couple glitches. It's brand new. So I'm going to take the opacity to 50%, and I'm going to come over and just see what it does to remove this little area right here. Click apply, and now we're going to remove that little grassy plant weed, and you can see at 50%, it's still there, but it's not as distracting versus that. So I did 3 different removes. I did a little cleanup and just amazing in just a couple quick steps. All right, so the last thing that is really fun and new, let me get over to a different image. Let's see, let's scroll over. And let's go to this image. All right, so lens blur, if you haven't played with it, lens blur was already an option. but it has been made official. So it no longer has the pending status. It's an absolute lens blur tool. So that's the main update. Is it's official. It's not in beta testing. So you click apply, and what you want to do is once it analyzes, you then can increase the blur amount. It also has the option to increase and add bokeh. So you can do that. So I'm going to take this blur all the way up. And then you do have the refinement tool. So if you want to add more focus or add more blur, you can. So you can see this image was already blurry in the background, but I'm just going to blur it a lot more. And then if I want to add some additional blur, maybe to this tulip, there we go. I can just use that brush and refine the blur to make it even more customized. So that is a fun feature. This isn't new. It's just official as of today, and it's been all beta tested, and it is working really nice and fast. So I hope you'll have fun trying lens blur as well as the new AI remove, which is really, really exciting. Thanks so much, everybody. If you have not signed up for my Lightroom course, I have a full Lightroom self-study course. Would love to have you take it and master all concepts of Lightroom. Thanks so much.